bending now, we're going to take your spine in every direction. Reach up, lengthen the spine, lean over to the left, move the right out to the side. Only go as far as feels good, and create length in the spine as you reach those hands away from you. Lifting back to center, and we take this to the other side. The hip also moves out to the side, it doesn't just come from the top. We're trying to make a C shape with the body. Coming back to center, going to back bend. Bend your knees to protect your spine. Look up, take the hips forwards and arch back as far as feels good. Now you can make this gentler, put the hands in the lower back. Go very gently with the spine, it shouldn't hurt you in any way, and keep a bend in the knees, tighten the abdomen. You have the knees bent, we're going to press the chest towards the shins. So for us, press the chest towards the thighs. So allow your hands then to rest on the legs, wherever it feels comfortable, depending on how flexible your hamstrings feel. Back up, standing up, we're coming to a difficult posture, chair. So feet are hip width apart, bend your knees as if you're sitting down into a chair. As if there's a chair behind you, you're sitting down. Don't let the hips go lower than the knees, and make sure the knees aren't in front of the toes. The knees should be behind the toes, and sit the hips back, arms out in front. Breathing. From here we take the legs as wide apart as the wrists and we tip forwards. So I'd highly recommend having a chair in front of you, because or hands on the shins, but having a chair in front of you and placing your hands on that chair is quite often, if you're tight in the back of the legs, it's easy enough to feel that stretch with a chair underneath your hands. So you can do this in front of a chair, leaning forwards. And again, place the hands on the chair. We're going to open up with the top right arm, look up on the inhale. Exhale, take the hands back to the chair or the floor. Inhale, look up, reach up, open up. And then we exhale, folding down, going at your pace with the breath. Coming up here, you can place the hands on the shins or the thighs for support, or you can lift up both arms, really up to you how you feel. Nice straight back, releasing the arms down. Then we take this now into warrior two. So the left leg is straight, the right knee is bent, the toes on the right foot point towards the edge of the mat. The back foot of the left foot parallel with the back of the mat, and we're in warrior two here. We go into our lateral stretch, arm on the thigh, reach up and look up. Keep breathing, stay with it if you feel that you can. If you felt you wanted to go further, the hand comes down towards the floor and the top arm reaches over, but you don't have to go this far. It's absolutely fine to leave the arm on the thigh and we're reaching up. Lifting into triangle here, so we straighten the leg. Reach the head over the foot. Make sure the hips don't turn towards the floor, the chest doesn't turn towards the floor, it faces the side, but we have this straight front leg as we're looking up. Reaching up here, we're going to take this over to the other side. So now your right foot, the outside of the foot is parallel with the side of the mat, and the left knee bends and the left toes face towards the side of the mat, and we lower the hips to the floor. Warrior 3. And then we move into our lateral stretch. So the first level, the arm on the thigh, we reach up and we look up. And you don't need to go further if you don't want to. If you want to go further, hand towards the floor, top arm reaches over. Go with the version that best suits you. Moving into triangles, straightening the front leg. Reach up with the top arm. Try and lengthen the spine. Reaching up through the top of the head, we look upwards here. Lifting up. We're going to be coming down onto the floor for the next section. So we're coming into bridge, lying on the floor, palms face downwards, lift the hips up high on the inhale, and as we exhale, lowering down. See if you can lift each part of the back one by one, just like a wave off the floor, so the base, the spine, the hips, mid-back, chest up towards the chin, and then we exhale, chest down, mid-back, hips, releasing, going at your pace with your breath. If you want to here, you can hold the hips up high, and if it feels right, interlace the fingers, clasp the hands. Otherwise, if that feels too much, just keep the hands, palms down on the floor, holding up high, creating height in the hips, lifting up. And when you release, we'll hug the knees towards us, and we rock side to side. Small movement just to release the spine. So coming up to seated, and we'll test the core just a little in variation of boat. And for this one, we can keep the feet on the floor. Back is straight. The vision will go up because the neck being part of the spine, if it's in line with the rest of the spine, the vision goes up, and we sit back 45 degrees with the feet on the floor. And we don't let the chest collapse, we keep the back very straight. Releasing down to the floor, and we hug the knees towards us. Coming back to Apanasana, rocking side to side. And then taking the heels up to the ceiling and drawing a circle with the heels. But if that doesn't feel right, stay with the circle. As I said, if you feel you want to go further, take the legs up straight and draw a small circle with the heels. Going in the other direction with that circle too. Arms come out at shoulder height now. We're going to take both knees over to the left. As we look to the right, you can put pillows under the knees if you want to. And let your body unwind, untwist, and release. Moving to the other side with this twist. Make sure your feet aren't just hanging in the air, they're resting on the floor. Moving back to center. If you want to go further, straighten your left leg, bend your right knee across the body. And again, don't let the foot hang in the air, rest it on the floor or on the other thigh. Swapping the legs over so that the left knee is bent, looking in the opposite direction to the knee. Moving to happy baby. Hold on to the outside of the feet. Soles of the feet facing skyward, knees coming down either side of the shoulders, and this gentle rock side to side. Soles of the feet move together and we reach the arms back behind us in Supta Baddha Konasana. So again, you can have pillows under the knees if you want to, and we try and bring the lower back towards the floor. We focus on the breath here. Let the breath come in through the nose, and as you inhale, the belly rises high. And as you exhale, tighten the abdomen. The breath coming out through the nose, tighten the abdomen. Go at your pace, your deepest, comfortable breath. Remember that the exhale is just as important to remove all of the residual air from the lungs with a complete exhale. And we're going to stretch them from the heels to the fingertips, lengthen your body out, reaching and releasing.